Hello, hello. How are you? It's very interesting to see everyone posting from science to so many themes. How the planets go around. It's interesting. These people that study the planets has shown me so much of what is out there in this galaxy. My daughter gave me this of the sun uh, when she visited Rome. My wall is made of very soft material, this wall, so oh, enjoy the neighbors. um, they're also part of this scenario until I put something where we won't wave with the same sounds because it can interrupt more than an intervention. So what is it that you want from me? Hmm? Today's Sunday, so let's confess ourselves, right? Sunday, the 10th of August. What a more Leo moment than this one? Hmm? To confess ourselves in the public domain. I don't have any viewers, so I have extra points. We are not supposed to confess in the public domain. These are nobody's business. Um, Not negotiating anything on a Sunday. Is day of the Lord, is a spiritual day, is a day to relax, to enjoy as heavenly earth can be. Put your most beautiful ornaments and just with the good that life has provided you, that God has given you, and go and visit the Lord and say thank you. I was raised like that. I was not raised to feel or think that I was guilty and I was born with sin, because we had priests that were um, churches who had a lot of donations, and they had good neighborhoods and people who feel very proud to see them or get to talk with the priest face to face, not just the confessions. Some will go to another town to confess. That's part of confessing. It's not a sin. Because maybe you like to work for your community and through the church, and then government has taken power with the military, where the military would tax the working people on the generation of my grandparents, and my father my father and mother grew up through what happened, the consequences of people of the military taking over places of government. Mm? Because they didn't like the church, the clerk who worked aside government and kingdoms. Presidents would deal with politics. So everything started to become a little more and more administrative for the people, thanks to different beliefs that ran very differently from South America to Russia. Because in South America we had El Libertador, Simón Bolívar, El Libertador, the liberator, which Miranda was behind all of that. And of course, they wanted to take over. There were the Spanish who had power in South America. So this is a very old story from the times of the independence. All right, it has nothing to do, as many of us know, with communism. That didn't exist. The revolution, where it's been always there, right? So that's part of like the Spanish lyric, also from Spain. Mm? The Spanish Revolution. It had nothing to do with communism. They were called the Reds in Spain. They were just people who didn't want to pay so much taxes, and they felt a lot of repression. It was very hard for the Spanish community. Now we're seeing in Spain a lot of soap operas and tribute to those times. But even said from international therapists, there was a big curtain in Spain from Europe. The Spanish people went through a lot of silence just to keep on with their life, and nothing was spoken. And you can feel that also in South America, because it was the times of also going away from your country is exile, even if you do it because you find no other choice. Most was a lack of faith and trust in higher powers. So this is why it's so important for me. The people respect authority. This is through every person that manages and administrates. The system will corroborate for each state and country. What happens there stays there, right? It's like when you go to Las Vegas, when you enjoy a summertime, when you go out in the night. Well, I had some jokes, but I'm trying to be serious. I really love to study metaphysics. I like to wander around it. I don't talk much about it. There are many layers upon layers of consciousness. Even when you die, you might transit through these paths of consciousness alive or while being dead, which is eternally fascinating. That's what the scientist girl just said on her last video. Which, by the way, this is not the symbol of matter. All right? That's the symbol of eternity, infinite. All right? Which also has its own loop, a loop of eternity, a cycle of eternity. Point that. It does not mean matter. My work is a form of worship, all right? So I'm not going to talk about politics, but getting to understand why there is a real life and there is a virtual reality. So many people who believe in killing others and want from the metaphysical to be related with by killing others or having trauma bond with the people they kill and their families, they do feel a sense of superiority, which is one of the most powerful. I mean, on the many, so complex when you talk about power or energy or electricity. It can be manifested and it can be generated in so many ways. But the best way is when you look within. It's been said forever for a reason, right? So to stop killing people, yes, um, you will see there with your ancient memory. I'm here to remind you, because the only way it can work when you remember. When you remember, just remember why you are here. Just remember. Remember. That's all I ask. And that's the highest plot anyone can tell you. To remember. Why? Because there are no curtains behind, there are no corridors of power there, there is no infiltrated information, there is nothing but an absolute and total memory. that is heavy metal. There is a relationship there that is not anywhere to be found. This connection is not a psychotic belief that you have some superpower or hidden agenda somewhere. You communicate between sentences, or because I have friends around the world because I see internet and I have so many friends. So all these overpowering beliefs of having a position for you to remember that is for you to remember. I can talk about God, or I can talk as God in first person. I mean, anyone can do that. I'm just asking you to remember. So we're going to just go silent to see within that silence without any ambitious fears of mind control or anything that might seem of anyone, or even your thoughts that could take power over. Just relaxing, feeling in a safe environment without anyone telling you what is it to remember. What? And you can stay in that silence and let go of everything, past, future, to simply stay with the witness within you. You will distinguish thoughts that might be running around. You might distinguish thoughts that are from judgment and critic. You might stop taking notes to copy for later as well. You might feel layers of protection as well to detect or sense that might have always been on alarm. as you differentiate the sense of simply being a witness. You might as well imagine yourself in certain ways. That witness can multiply through all those who are also having the consciousness to see. Within perhaps a shared memory. And the sounds outside are part of life, as a river cascading or the rain. There is a different texture of reality when you are simply without expectations or ambitions, simply letting go controls, any part of the ego that holds you back to simply remain present. You can continue this exercise for the next days, months, years, and some of you, decades. You are the ones who can remember in this way by simply being present. Without anyone making anything so you relax. Just yourself. Once you are in tune with that memory, nothing or no one can take you away from your origins. So that's it for today, and thank you